Okay, so I want to talk about experiences and specifically new experiences. I want you to understand that we're creatures of habit, and not only habit, but also being in a comfortable state. Like, we don't really like being uncomfortable. It's like, from an evolutionary standpoint, that's what's kind of kept us alive, and it's still with us even to this day. But we don't really need it that much. We have health, well, from a privileged standpoint, we have health, we have opportunities, we have the media, whatever. The point is that we like to be comfortable. Whether it's in the gym, whether it's when we go work, we don't really like to push ourselves. Like, I want to ask you this. When was the last time your mind was like, I can't do this any longer? Like, when was the last time you went to the gym and you were like, that, like, my mind is like going, like it's done, but then you just continue going? And for me, I used to never have that. And I realized that, like, when I push myself, I feel way better about myself. But anyway, going off topic. So, new experiences and trying new things, and this is what puts you out of your comfort zone. It makes you understand yourself better. You know what you like, what you don't like, you like what you prefer, and also it makes you more interesting because you're doing more shit. Whether it's like traveling or not even traveling, because that requires money. But I do want to say that it is better to spend money. Well, I believe that right now in my situation, since I don't have that much. But I think it's better to spend money on experiences and travel rather than like obtaining these like materialistic things of like designer shit and things like that, because at the end of the day, who are you trying to impress? And I do think spending money on experiences, whether it's like legit just the simplest thing of just renting out a bike and just riding around the whole city, whether it's just traveling to a different country, whether it's setting yourself a budget, and you could still travel on a budget. Like, it's just, and that also is part of experiences. It's like traveling in hostels and shit like this, and just talking to new people and learning from them and educating yourself. So it's like really putting yourself more out there. It drives you more interest. It gives you more ideas, more creativity. In less than 2 weeks, I'm going to Paris for a solo trip because I always wanted to see it, and I thought that it would be good just to also go by myself. And I want to talk about spending time with yourself, because we're constantly like, I feel like we're social animals. We like being around other people, and that's good. In fact, like, that's not a bad thing. But I'm just saying that there's a difference between enjoying spending time with other people but not being able to be by yourself. So it's like there's a difference between loneliness and also just hating your own company. And I feel like we should all learn to love our own company. I feel like we should always learn to be comfortable with ourselves and enjoy our own presence, because that just doesn't make you depend on other people. That doesn't mean that other people can take your time for granted. I have like a video on doing things by yourself, and if you feel like you just cannot be alone, you could just start off, like, I have a whole video, but you can just start off by just doing simple activities, dedicating time for yourself, like whether it's going to cinemas alone, whether it's just purely going on a walk alone, whether it's just sitting down with yourself, just picking up the camera and just talking to yourself, and also with other people. So going out, not to the same restaurant every single time, not going to do the same activity every single time. Because when you do like new things with other people, whether it's like with a partner or your friends, it kind of gives you more things to bond over. It gives you more things to talk about yourself, because like it's like a shared experience that you went through, because it was your first time doing something, or like whether it's just like cooking a new dish that you normally don't cook. It gives people the chance to bond with each other. And I think when you do consistently the same things, it gets like repetitive, boring, even though I did say we're creatures of habit, but only to an extent. Like, we also tend to get bored of things really fast. Again, it's really individual. I'm like severely generalizing right now, but this is just on a general scale. So do new shit, sign yourself up for classes, go run that 10K if you didn't think you would run that 10K. Push yourself out of your comfort zone. If you feel like in your head you can't do something, you can start off small. Like, it's about consistency. It's about having these small little victories, and they'll compound over each other. And then you're basically just proving to yourself that, oh, like shit, like I can do this. Where it's like running 15K, where you're like, I can't run. Like, you're like, I can't run. And then running. I just feel like that just makes you so much more interesting as a person, and especially for yourself. and not even trying to seek other people's validation, but like most importantly, being validated with yourself and enjoying your own company is just really, really important. So I'm gonna end on this note, short video today. Hopefully you guys learned something.